This is Neil Ratner Rock Talk here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock with support from Transcendental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcendental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. Richie Havens was born in Brooklyn, New York on January 21st, 1941. As a youth, Richie sang in a street corner doo-wop group. However, by the age of 20, Richie was ready to leave Brooklyn for Greenwich Village in Manhattan. Havens was both playing guitar and singing, and saw the Village as a place people went to express themselves. His unique method of guitar playing, mostly in open tunings, is due to his large hands. According to Havens, "My hands are so damn big that I couldn't place my fingers properly on the fretboard, so I never learned to play the right way. Every time I tried to touch a neck, my finger would touch 2 strings. But I found enough chords and made enough mistakes to find some beautiful sounds in this open tuning." Havens' solo performances quickly spread beyond the Village, and as he explains, if you were good enough, there was a circuit of folk festivals which you got invited to.
A lot of the folk festivals were in Canada.
I wish we still had more.
And upstate New York. And so in those days, we basically sort of were geared toward those kinds of shows. You know, beside the coffee houses. Mm-hmm. It was organized folk shows, you know, the Boston had one up there. And once you sort of, in a way, got to be around long enough, you know, you were invited to these things. And I'll never forget the first one I did, the Newport Festival that I did. It was the same show where they booed Dylan off the stage.
Really?
Yeah.
How were you feeling about that?
Man, I felt like somebody was dying. You know, something great was being killed. You know, I really did. It reminded me, my feeling reminded me of when I heard Kennedy was shot. Mm. That's how deep this thing was, because the people who were booing him were basically the people who actually supported him as a single performer. So they felt betrayed. I felt that he was reaching a whole new audience. And that was the right thing to do. And I also thought he always wanted to be a rock and roller anyway, and he finally made it.
Yeah, that's true.
He's definitely a rock and roller now. So, you know, there were people like that came through. Dylan, Phil Oakes, Crosby as a single performer, Stills as a single performer, Peter, Paul, and Mary as single performers when I first started down there.
After cutting 2 records for a small label, Richie signed with manager Albert Grossman, who landed Havens a record deal with Verve Folkways. Havens' range of musical styles went from jazz to gospel to folk to funk, so the label decided to call the album Mixed Bag. Richie Havens is probably most remembered for his performance at Woodstock, and pursuant to Richie's request, he was cremated and his ashes were scattered over the original site of the Woodstock Festival on August 18, 2013, the 44th anniversary of the festival's last day. Okay, let's listen. From the album Mixed Bag, Richie Havens and San Francisco Bay Blues.